Hello, everyone, and welcome to Clodcast number 8. Sorry, I'm a bit bright. I have to use this lamp, otherwise, I'm in dark. But now I'm very, very much in light. This time on our November episode, we have female rock rolling champion, European champion, freshly crowned, and she has been driving for I don't even know nearly as long as I have, not so actively, but usually she drives in the international events and does really, really well. And yeah, we want to welcome Sofi Sarka. Hello,
Hello.
Sofi.
Hello.
And I believe that everybody knows, but she's my sister.
I hope
And yeah,
that until now, if you don't know, then you know now.
yeah. I doubt that the 6 viewers that we have, there is nobody that doesn't know who am I and who are you. So hopefully, at
Yeah,
least,
well,
it's like this.
they will know after this, hopefully.
And for starters, it feels so super weird to speak English with you, but maybe we will manage somehow.
Yeah,
Uh,
we will do it for the
Usually,
crowd. So.
yeah. And the first comment is up. Surprise, surprise! It's Saku.
Oh,
Yeah.
this is the family
So
gathering here. So,
yeah. There has to be more because we have 8 viewers. So
okay.
yeah. Now of course, Serge. Hello.
Serge. Ah, sí,
Yeah.
señor.
For the previous Clodcasts, I have noticed that when I was telling people to put the comments after we have talked everything with the guest, that doesn't really work. So if you have any questions or something to ask from either of us, you can just post it in the comments, and we will go them as they come. So it's easier like this. But first of all, how are you doing?
Oh, um, like I mentioned to you actually earlier this morning, I had my the company who I'm working with, the Christmas party
Hmm.
yesterday. So
You
not so
look
much
quite
this.
fresh.
Yeah, starting to be quite fresh, but if I'm mixing my words, then I'm sorry, but still a bit
Yeah,
tired. But I'm good. It's just that it's really black outside. I just came
yeah. Okay.
outside and it was in here in Kotka in southern Finland. It's like we don't have any snow and it was drizzling water. So
Oh,
yeah, so
nice.
um, it woke me up. Let's say it that way. But yeah, I'm glad the November is over and then we're moving to the
Yeah,
December and going
hopefully
towards
some
the
snow.
yeah and going towards the spring and summer. So we'll
Yeah,
manage.
I don't know if the guests can see, but this is the
Uh,
situation.
Yeah,
And it's 5 p.m. Of course, it's
yeah,
dark. It's really very
so
dark now.
yeah.
Ah, Tuomas is also watching,
Hey,
apparently.
Thomas.
So, usual we start with the question about Clodbuster. Have you ever had a Clodbuster? I have to ask this because this is a Clodcast. And I first of all I have to ask, do you know what is Clodbuster?
Um, thank God I watched some videos because otherwise I would have been screwed in this point and been like really
Hmm.
dumb. I
Yeah.
still am. I'm admitting that, but I think I have to move this question to you. Have I ever had a clodcaster?
Uh, yeah, I thought you might
Yes,
do
I
that.
don't know.
No, you don't have.
Okay.
I have had one, but you have not.
Yeah.
So that's it.
I
Moving
don't
on.
know what I've
Uh,
missed. Maybe something really dramatic, but
uh,
I'll manage.
not really, not really. Uh, uh, I have to say, tried to find a picture of Clodbuster, and
Mhm.
when I did, like 3 seconds ago, when I did, I didn't hear you at all. So internet, it's I am using my phone's Wi-Fi and it's appalling at some points. It can be like I will freeze out and you can't hear anything about me for a while, but I will come back if that happens. Hopefully
Okay.
not. But it's usually when I download some pictures, it it's poor.
Yeah.
I think it's because we are here in the city in middle of big houses. It's the signal is bad.
Mm, mm.
I was doing this Clodcast last time in with Jake in New Zealand with the Wi-Fi of the motel, and it worked flawlessly. So it's that
You
my
never
my
know.
connection is the problem.
Mm, mm.
Oh, let's start. Do you remember what is your first encounter with radio control cars in general?
Like you mentioned, you paused there for a while when you were introducing me and saying that you don't know when I started to drive.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I have to say that I don't know how young I was. I can honestly say that I've been into this sport for quite a long time, most of my life. Let's
Yeah,
say that.
yeah.
So it's been no idea. Nah, honestly, you remember maybe better than
Um,
me.
yeah, I can't remember the first time you have
Mm,
had like radio in your hands, uh, but maybe 20 years ago or something like this.
yeah. The only thing I remember is that I remember the first, if this is the first, I hope it is, but I remember the first crawling comp. It was
Mm,
somewhere near Helsinki.
yes,
Maybe, yes, I
this
remember
one.
something. Oh yeah, that I remember. Yes, I have
Yeah,
this like when you have those certain memory points, like flashes from some memories. I just have one single memory. I remember the rig, and I
yeah,
just remember that scenery somehow, and
yeah,
that we were near Helsinki somewhere. So
yeah,
how old am
yeah.
I
So
there?
you remember this is
I
from
remember that.
yeah, this is the like first bigger Finnish competition in rock rolling. This is when Axial had came out with the AX10, what you are actually driving.
Mm,
And I remember in our family there were three of those. I had one, you had one, our dad had one, and then Saku had his
yeah.
own kind of rig, and he actually won that competition. But
Oh.
the, this is from 2008. It was May, and it was in Kulmakorpi in Espoo.
Oh yeah. So I
And
remember that. I remember that I then yeah, I remember it correctly. So if it was 2008, how old was I now? I have to calculate.
12.
Yeah, 12. Now I'm 28.
Yeah,
So count on that.
yeah, yeah,
But
correct.
yeah,
And
I
Juha
I
is,
don't know how I remember that. I That's like it's just the only
mm,
flash that I remember that rig and the scenery, and
yeah,
I don't know who was in there. Maybe some people
yeah.
that we still know nowadays,
Yeah,
but
surprisingly, a little amount of drivers from that competition are still driving actively.
mm,
It's only me, you,
mm,
and Saku actually.
yeah,
Uh, Oskari every now and then.
yeah.
Juha sent a comment that he thinks he have your old pro rig, and he is quite correct. Lilla
Yes,
Mu is in he
in
has it
good
now.
hands, I hope.
Yeah, in brutal hands, to be honest.
In brutal
Uh,
hands.
Yeah, but coming back to this event,
Mm,
actually, what is quite funny, the first course of this competition, first ever Finnish competition, you got the best score from that
oh
course.
yeah, I remember.
Yeah,
Oh my god.
it's crazy. You got like maybe -4 or something. I don't know
Yeah, I
what was the
remember
score,
something like yeah,
but
negative
yeah,
four.
it's
I don't.
crazy.
Yeah. So I can imagine all the guys being in there like, oh shit, what is happening here?
Yeah,
Ah,
yeah. And just to warn you, I again when I switched the photo, my internet was like, oh, not now. But now it's working. So
okay.
that's the rig, and if I zoom in, oh, it looks horrible.
It
But
looks
yeah,
quite bad.
yeah,
Yeah, and the
uh,
tires look
it was
quite bad as well.
yeah. The tires are original from AX10, and I think everything else was original, even the body, which I modified a little bit, and it looks horrific. But
Yeah.
that time it was quite okay. It had a droop setup without any springs, and if I had to drive that car nowadays, I would probably quit the hobby. It would be so bad. But
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
that was fun event back then,
Mm,
and I can't remember the results, but I think I remember that Saku won. I was third or fourth, and you were like sixth, and there were over 10
wow,
people, I think.
quite a big
So
crowd.
yeah, yeah. Uh, I had to check. I think I had one more photo of that year. No, actually, that competition. Let's hope the internet will survive. I don't know how can it be so bad? It's literally not loading the photo when I'm opening. Now, yeah. So there were the drivers. And if we
Oh
zoom in,
wow.
yeah,
Oh,
Saku
look at
is
those.
over there. Uh,
Oh my god.
I have to
Oh yeah,
say
you were
our
there.
dad, of course, over there.
Oh, like a boss.
You had pretty awesome sunglasses.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm just checking that those are quite quite on style, I have to say, with the
Pretty
Crocs and
fast.
everything. So, oh, I
Yeah.
didn't. I think I have never seen this photo. This is really nice that we have this. You're quite young as well, so and your style is something else.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Yeah. I would be basically 5 years older than you, 17.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Uh,
nice.
that was that was the start of everything that is going on ever since. So yeah,
That's true. Yeah.
speedy
Speedy
sunglasses.
sunglasses. Yeah, I would say they look
Yeah,
go today though, so I would be quite fashionable today with those ones. But
yeah, yeah,
yeah.
definitely. So that was the start, and I
Mhm,
tried to see if I can open the other picture. We are
mhm.
playing with the fire here because my it can freeze anytime. But here we have you, same year, but I think this is this could actually be even before that competition. We were training for this event. In our backyard, we had this magnificent rocks, and we were training for the event. And you are there
Yeah.
driving. No, actually, that is your car, but it has
What is
my
that?
old body apparently.
Ah, okay.
So that's why
Oh
I'm
wow.
mixing it. But we we had this event back then pretty
Yeah,
often actually.
yeah. But the rocks were really
Yeah.
good in
Can
the
you?
to have there.
Yeah, yeah, and you could try your rig on the same spot and change something.
Mm,
Try
mm.
again. It was cool. Can you remember any of these events?
Maybe from the later stage, I would say. When let's see what
Mm,
could be the years. I think before we moved out, like those years, but
yeah,
like I don't know from which
yeah.
time this is. But of course, I remember that we and you guys were testing there quite much, of course,
Mm.
a lot more than me. But um, yeah,
Yeah,
luckily we had the rocks there. Of course we did, so we could utilize
yeah,
this
yeah.
one. But yeah,
That's good.
many hours were spent there probably. So
Yeah, I remember that we went to yeah we went to Finnish events because after the first event we didn't do so much rock rolling. We did Formula Off-Road more,
mm,
and you did not do that so much as crawling.
of
But
course
I
not.
remember when we got to Tampere, Sulkavuori, where that oh maybe I'm freezing.
Mm.
Let's see. Am I here? Are
Yes,
you here?
you're there again.
What did you hear?
I heard everything, but
Nothing.
your voice and your lips didn't match.
Are are you here?
Yes, I am. I think everyone can hear me, but no one can hear you.
Okay, it's unbelievable. Uh,
Here I am.
Connection is unstable. Yeah, no shit.
Unstable.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, yes, we can hear you all the time.
Ah, okay. Good to know because I can't hear you. I could not
Oh,
hear you for a while.
okay.
So
Yeah, I
now it seems
maybe.
to be working.
Yeah, I hope it's not my connection because I feel like mine is should be working, but let's see. Yeah, yeah, Saku said we can hear both of, yeah, and that's the same. Like I would say
This
that
is so bad.
we can hear you, but you're just
I can
freezing.
hear one or two words from you. I have no
Oh,
idea. Is it my internet or is it yours?
I will text
Nothing.
you.
Let's see.
Yes, I can
This
hear
is very.
you.
I can hear you now.
Okay, is it better?
Now it's good.
Okay, now it's good.
Yes, and uh, say something.
Yes, I'm saying stuff in here. Da 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 da.
Again.
It's you who is just freezing. We can hear you,
Okay.
but you freeze.
Search.
You both, but some will freeze from time to time. Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't know where to put this phone to get best connection.
Connection.
As close as to the window as possible.
Yeah, and it's interesting because we can hear you, but it's just the picture keeps on freezing. So it probably
Okay.
cannot handle the video. I think that's
Yeah.
the issue.
Okay. But the problem is that for sometimes when I'm freezing, I can't hear you.
Yeah,
Then
yeah.
to make a
Yeah, so
conversation, it's pretty tricky.
it's
Uh, I think this is Tamas. Hello, Tamas. Yes, he
hello.
was. So for now, it seems to be working. Let's hope
Yeah, let's
my
hope.
new phone placement is better. So where were we? Yeah, I was telling about that in 2008 until maybe 2012, we did not do as much crawling as much as crawling as we do nowadays
Mm,
because we were driving RC Formula Off-Road, and I believe I have one picture of you doing that as well. And this is somewhere maybe 2009 or 2010, something like this. But
Uh
you did not, you were not loving this sport.
no, no. But did I have a choice now when we're thinking?
No, no.
No, yeah. Because this is the
Yeah.
reality that growing up with two brothers and a dad who
Mm.
was really into these sports and we had weekends that we were hanging out with our dad, and this was all
Mm.
always in the agenda, so to say. So it wasn't like I had a choice, it was like
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
coming. So in that
yeah.
way, yeah, but I think I mostly focused on those races to taking the photos, which
Mm,
which were
yeah,
pretty
yeah,
good.
yeah,
I would say I took
yeah,
pretty good
yeah. We
photos as
have a
well.
lot of them.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah. But I
and
think the sand, the heat,
mm, yeah,
ugh, no.
and I think the rigs were too fast for you to control.
That's true. That's true as well. Yeah,
You always
yeah,
preferred crawling,
yeah.
and yeah. But now looking at what happened this year, looking back, it was all worth it. We spent time together and
Yeah,
good
of course, of
times,
course.
and it's freezing again.
No, 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 no.
It can't be this hard.
I will keep on talking here, so then you know
Yeah.
when you're you're there again.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm here.
Yeah, you're there. You're
And
there.
you probably answered.
Yes,
Yeah.
at least the ones who are watching, maybe they can comment that if you hear the answers because I feel that you will hear the voices from both of us. I hope, at least. It's
Yeah,
just
it seems
freezing
to
for
be that way.
Samu. Yeah.
Yeah. And I will have to do something about this problem. Problem. I'm looking here for the next possible photo. Photo what I have, and we take a leap to, because in, as I said, we did not do so much.
Mm.
Hey, actually, 2010, first Nordics. I believe you were there, but you were only taking photos. You remember when we went to Sweden and we had only the tent with us. We were
Yes,
supposed
but
to be in the
we
tent.
why?
Uh, that's excellent question. We went to the first ever Nordics in Tanumstrand in Sweden,
Yep,
and
yep.
we some of us thought that it would be nice to have a nice camping weekend out in tent and drive some rock crawling. Hello,
Ooh,
Joao. I can't remember, but I'm pretty sure it was not me.
it was
Maybe our dad.
oh, yeah. Well, you never know.
Maybe. And then we went there, and when
Mm,
we arrived, it was pouring down with rain, and
yep.
we decided that tenting is not an option, and we took a cottage.
Yeah,
From there, I don't have pictures, but it was it was a competition to remember, anyways. You
yeah,
you
yeah,
were not driving in that year.
yeah. I believe
You
so.
were
Yeah.
taking the photos, but it
Mm.
was funny trip.
Yeah,
And
I remember that you had a
yeah,
hangover.
and
That's what
when
I
we go
remember.
forward, 2011, uh, I don't
Are you
have
sure?
any, because the Nordics were in Finland 2011 and you were not there. I believe you can still hear me even though I can't still hear you at the moment.
Yep.
Anyway,
Oh no.
now I hear something again.
Now you're here? Yeah. Do you hear me
Okay,
now?
say something.
Yes, I'm speaking. I'm speaking here.
Yeah,
Yes, yes, yes.
okay, good. I can hear you now. Yeah.
You can hear
And
me. Okay.
2012 we went. Yeah, 2012 we went to Norway for the Nordics. And do you remember where you driving in 2012?
Maybe. I don't. No idea. No idea. Maybe. Now you freeze again.
Maybe.
Ah.
Yeah, I could not hear you, but yeah. I believe you were driving with my sportsman rig,
Maybe. Yep.
but it's so long ago that I can't remember for sure.
Yeah. Oh, you keep on
Uh,
freezing there.
Say something so
Yeah,
I can
I'm
hear you.
speaking here all the time. This is like this is my show now. It seems like. Oh. Yeah, Samu is doing his own show and I'm doing mine. Yeah, nothing. Oh, what is happening
Am
now?
I? Am
Did you log
I?
out? Did you log out or something?
Yeah, yeah. I did
Okay.
not, but the computer decided that it's time for me to log out. So
Oh no.
yeah, I'm
Sad.
here. Nothing happened.
Yeah, can you
Seriously,
hear
how
me
can
now?
it be so bad? Yeah, I can. I can.
Because I was just saying to people that this is like you're doing your own show and I'm doing mine because you can't hear me. So this is
Yeah,
ah, quite a disaster,
yeah.
but
It's awful. I will test out one thing.
mm,
Uh,
because you didn't react in any way when I was saying that the first I remember from the first trip to Sweden for the Nordics. I just remember that you had an awful hangover.
no, not that year. No,
It wasn't
it
that
was
year.
no. No.
Okay, then
I
I
was.
mixed. But it was
Yeah,
the same place maybe. Tanumstrand.
yeah. So I will try one thing now. I will try it with Janika's internet connection.
Yes, Janika.
Is if it's any better. So maybe it cuts me out for a while,
Yep.
but I will be back pretty soon.
Yes.
Maybe. Yeah, but it was not that year. It was 1 year after.
Did Janika throw the phone?
Yeah,
Oh, that was funny. Okay, yeah, but potato.
yeah.
Mm.
Uh, as soon as I can find the internet connection. This is very good. Very good. Very professional.
Quality content.
Yes. For some reason, I can't find that. Nope.
You probably
Yeah,
need to
but to,
put it off and then put it back on and then you will find it.
mm, but we can talk in the meanwhile.
Mhm.
2000 and sure. Yeah, it should, but I don't know. Do
I
we get
have
an interference from the east, or yeah, I don't know what is happening.
I'm closer to the east and I'm not being interfered.
That's a good point.
Yep.
So 2012, we went through that. I believe you drove with my sportsman rig because I was doing the pro for the first time in Norway. Do you remember that trip? We also went with the orange Vito to Norway, and there were you, me, our dad, Saku, and Eero on that
Mm,
trip.
so that was 2012.
Yes, that was in Norway. We went from the cottage with the bus to the campsite,
Oh yeah.
but it's a long ago. Long ago.
I remember, yeah. I think I had some photos from that trip
Ah,
as
yeah,
well.
yeah, yeah. You were taking photos
But of course
also.
I remember all the Nordic trips and us sleeping
Yeah.
in the Vito, and who would forget? Let's say it like that.
Yes. Yeah, because and usually we went to the Nordics because we have never fly to Nordics. We have always taken a boat from Finland to Sweden and drove all the way. And I don't know what. Maybe it was because of the work, but we had always to leave sometimes already Sunday after the event and drive through the night towards Stockholm, where we would catch a morning ferry. And we were stupidly sleepy, and then we had like 2 or 3 hours to sleep somewhere on the way, and sleep 5 people or 6 people sleeping in a Mercedes-Benz Vito. It's
Yep.
it's not nice. But still, we did that year after year, and
Yeah, quite
didn't
many
really
times.
make any sense.
I would not do that again.
No,
I I cannot.
not anymore.
Not anymore. Yeah, but
Yeah,
fun trips, of course. Nordics are
yeah,
always yeah. I think it's a thing
yeah,
for the, especially as a Finn, it's a thing to participate in the Nordics. It's something different
mm,
always.
yeah. And then we go to 2013, and that was the year that you remember.
Yeah,
We
your
were
hangover.
going to Sweden again. Yeah, the, some drinking was involved in those trips to Tanumstrand usually, and yeah, we had can't remember. Yeah, we had on Friday we had the supers and minis, and you were actually driving Mini also, and you ended up fifth, if I remember correctly. And then on Saturday we had the both sportsman and pro classes, and you were driving sportsman, maybe fifth also. And this is straight out of my head; I
Yeah,
can't
no
remember for
idea.
sure. And then we had a huge party, of course, after Saturday. But
Oh,
the
you
thing
had.
is that
I didn't have.
most
Just
of us had.
remember. Oh,
Most of us had, and
yeah,
we on Sunday we still did the scale, and
yeah.
that was let's say less important for us. Uh, but I ended up winning the scale as well, uh, even with quite significant hangover. But yeah, good trips.
Good trips.
I actually have one picture from 2013 here. You remember this?
Of course. I have the same hoodie here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
That's
it's from.
2013 hoodie.
Yeah, this is the. Actually, it says, I think, the Tanum Strand in the back.
Yes,
That was the
yes,
only comp that I participated then. So yeah, it's the same.
yeah,
Yeah, I remember this. Of course.
yeah. This was the first time that you were in the podium of Finnish rock rolling series. We drove mini class, and
Mm,
as it happened, we all three of us were in the podium. So
yeah,
that was thing to remember.
and that was still the
This
good
was
mini, the really heavy
no,
one.
yeah, this was the old one.
Yeah,
Stock Lossy MRC. It was weird, but it was pretty good
really good. Yeah.
with the back body. And then we go 1 year forwards, and if I think what is your greatest accomplishment ever in uh, RC, in general RC, I think this has to be one of those. You remember the Nordics in Finland
Yeah, of
2014?
course.
There are some familiar faces.
They are, yeah, a lot of familiar faces. Yes, yes,
Yeah,
that was really nice. That
we
was actually uh, quite a surprise, I would say, also.
yes,
But it was a
and
good
yes,
movie.
I was driving as well. If somebody asks, uh,
Oh,
I
yes,
ended
you
up fourth
were.
because the Mini decided to broke on one course, and yeah, I was trying too hard. Yeah. But there is
Oh.
Bartti Petri from Finland who took the victory, and then Arvid was second, and you were third. And
Mm,
I can't remember, but there has to be over 10 participants also in mini class that year. So
probably,
it's
yeah.
pretty significant result, I have to say.
Mm,
And that was a nice weekend as well, although the days were quite long because at
mm,
that time we still had the scale, and the scale took one complete day. And
mm.
thank God we don't have that anymore.
Yeah.
But yeah, 2014, and then that's when you really started like properly driving. We were driving, let's say, for 2015 and 2016 and also 17, we were driving most of the weekends. We were driving some kind of
Yeah.
competition somewhere, and that's when you also started driving more. And I'm trying to find the next picture, and hopefully the internet will cope with me. So far so good. Here is your first pro rig. You
Oh, of course.
remember this?
Yes, of
Serge is
course.
Serge. Ah, yes, you and Serge met in Supercrawl in 2014 for the first time. Ah, you
Yes.
hey, yeah, Supercrawl. You remember? Let's not go there yet.
Oh.
Fiat 500.
Of
Yeah,
course, this
true.
is the
Good point.
iconic trip, the most
Yes.
iconic trip of ever made in history.
So, so this is how it basically evolved. I was asking from work that which competitions I can go to, and I was promised the Nordics and then also the Worlds in USA. But then 1 week before Supercrawl in Germany, some of the friends, maybe yours as well, was convincing that I need to come. And I asked from my boss. We were like super busy at work. I asked that, can I go quick 4 days to Germany? And he gave the permission. And then I decided I don't want to go alone. And I asked from you that, do you come? And we, of course, you did. And we flew to the Netherlands, to Amsterdam, and rented Fiat 500 and took the quick way to Dortmund in Germany.
Yeah.
Drove nearly 200 kilometers per hour in autobahn.
Yeah.
Scary. Yeah, it was a good trip. Hot, hot. It was
Oh.
really hot in there. And
Yeah, and honestly, I have to say that it was a iconic and a nice trip, but actually the place was like a disaster. I would not
yeah, but
like. I'm sorry for the ones who had it in there. Like you probably did your best, but
mm,
come on, no,
yeah.
it it,
But
it was
hey,
it was
for
awful.
competition area, it was good because it had all the facilities. It has
Yeah,
toilets. It has
yeah, toilets and
restaurant
the restaurant,
stuff.
the van sort of system, but the
Yeah,
actually the sand on the rocks, I remember, and it was like
yeah.
it was over plus 30.
yeah,
It was
35
oh,
scissors.
35. Yes, I remember. So
Yeah, it
it was such a just so spontaneous trip to go there, and yeah, it's
and
just
you
something that I
remember
remember.
when we were driving with the Mini and with the Sportsman, wiggling the steering
Yeah,
wheel would
yeah,
give you so much room to
yeah,
maneuver because it was so slippery.
yeah,
The dust was on top of the rocks, and the rocks are basically the ones that are cut from straight from the actual rock.
mm,
So they are making tombstones out of them and whatever. So they were really sharp and really like slippery from the top.
yeah.
So yeah, experiences.
It
I
it was
I
amazing.
have only warm memories of these events, but
Mm,
of
mm,
course the terrain is not far from ideal for
yeah,
our purpose. But yeah, it was really good times.
yeah, it
And then
was.
drove back to the Netherlands, and I remember when the country we drove from Germany straight to Netherlands, and there is a border, but in Europe we don't have like strict borders. I didn't even notice that the country has changed, and I was driving like 140 or 50, and then I noticed that there is speed cameras, and then I remember, fuck, we are in the Netherlands, and there's 100 kph speed limit, and I
Yeah.
managed to slow down until 130 or
Mm.
125. I got a quite significant reminder from post afterwards. That was unfortunate.
Yeah.
And also, actually, yeah, I'm going ahead of myself because we have been in so many competitions. But
Mm.
this is from 2014, February.
Almunecar.
Yes, first time in Almunecar. Spanish nationals.
Yes. Yeah, so
It,
warm memories from there, and
yes.
literally warm memories. And it's
Mhm.
it was a really nice place, and all the setups with the
Yeah,
restaurant, and uh,
yeah.
really nice.
And
Yeah.
leaving from Finland on February, a
Oh,
place like this was a sign of perfection. It was like
yes.
holiday for us, even though
Yeah,
we were there only 4 days. But that was really nice.
it was, and definitely could go there again. Like
Yes,
really nice place. Yeah, easy
yeah,
to fly to and everything. So
yeah. That would
really
be
nice.
ideal place to arrange competition someday.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, Spanish drivers has there is not so many anymore. So
Mm, mm,
that's why we have not gone there.
yeah.
But in Spanish nationals, you were in the finals in sportsman class. You
Yeah, I
were,
think so. I think I
yeah,
sent you one picture from that as well. Um, which
maybe.
I had, if it was that year. I
Oh, I
mixed
can't
with the
remember.
years. Yeah, but yeah, I think I was, because 10. Yeah, there were 10 in the finals, right? Maybe
Yes,
so. Yeah,
yes. And I believe you ended up like eighth or something,
maybe something
something
like this.
rather.
Yeah.
Yeah. But now we can go to 2015, and I decided to buy your birthday present. Uh, and this rig is Smurfette, uh, especially nice skins made by Crawler Concepts. But this
Yes.
rig was before it went to you. It was from Christian Hit from New Mexico, from United States. So it was
Yeah.
quite a good rig back in the days. XR10
Mm.
axles, and you went straight to the deep end with the rigs. So you got a really good one. And
Oh
this is the
yes.
year you started really driving a lot,
Mm.
many events, because we were driving Finnish series. Then we had our own series. During that year, we drove 12 events
Yeah.
every month, one event, even in the winter.
Oh. Oh yeah,
You
that's
remember the
true.
winter
Yeah,
competition?
I do. I do. Yeah.
Yeah, it was slippery. But yeah, we were driving a lot in that year, and
Yeah.
let me see if I have any more. You said in the video what Janika made that you have
Mm.
not break anything so much with the rigs, and I found a funny picture.
Oh.
Do you want to tell something about this?
Oh my God, I slightly remember this, but um
Yeah,
oh,
I
what
I
have I
I
done?
can't remember how have you ended up doing this, but this is from the terrain I see. This is from Kotka event on the
Oh.
quarry, and apparently, as it looks, that both of the rear shocks have disembarked from the chassis. It has gone like this. Well, stuff happens.
Stuff happens, but we have to remember that this is my rig. When we're
Yes.
talking about breaking your
Yeah, yeah,
rigs,
yeah,
and that would be
yeah.
a different case. So it yeah, in here it doesn't really matter, but breaking
Yeah, but
yours would be like serious
yeah,
business.
it was funny because I found this picture. I remember what you said.
Oh,
But
I don't know.
when yeah, 2015 was a good year because uh, if I recall your three greatest that or five greatest achievements in rock rolling, this is probably close to number one. This, you remember this?
There's so much to remember. So
Yeah.
little headspace.
This
um,
picture is from the Finnish series finals in Rauma, and we were battling with Lala with Lasse of the national champion title. Lasse won that year, and you ended up third, and there were like 15 drivers on that
ooh,
competition. And this was your first
okay.
year with the pro, so that was
Ah,
excellent.
true. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
I didn't remember this, so good that you remind me of my
yeah,
achievements.
yeah. This is definitely one of the biggest ones
Yeah.
to remember. And of course, the great legacy of Eurocrawl started on 2015. We go back to the beach
Oh, yeah.
to Almonecar.
Yes. Again, I have to say, Almunecar keeps on giving.
Yes, yes. And this was the first Eurocrawl. And you were driving Mini with my Vette, with the new rig.
Yeah.
And then you were driving Sporty and Pro. I believe you were not driving Super and that year yet.
No, no, not yet.
Yeah, but this was really nice. And now I actually have to see. We have results. I can't remember from back of my head. In Mini, no, you were not driving Mini. No, I
Mm.
was wrong. Sportsman, you were number 18 from 28 drivers. So not too bad. And Pro, you ended up 21st out of 31 drivers. So yeah.
Nothing
Sure.
significant, but
Well, still, sportsman
but
class where
still,
I
yeah.
shared the group with Sofi and Samu was so much fun. You remember Joao and Dario and
Of course, I remember
George?
the
Yeah,
Portuguese. How
yeah.
could I
That's when
forget?
we. Yeah, that was funny day.
Yeah, it was yeah, really funny. So much fun, of course.
Yeah. And I have another picture telling about the good times of the competition. Here there were like breaks during the competition, and we went 50 meters from the rocks to the bar eating pizza and drinking a couple of beers before
Oh
competition.
my god.
That's my idea of perfection on the competition.
Yes, that is. And the
Of course,
weather
we
was
could do.
always really good in there as well. We have to
Yes,
mention that it
yes,
was always sunny.
yeah, but to be fair, I got reminded by Joao and Spanish also that we were driving there exactly uh, exactly sorry 9 years ago this date. So it was late
Okay.
November.
Ah,
So we were lucky with the weather that it was so good
yeah,
back then.
of course.
It could have been a lot worse.
Mm.
But yeah. Sorry. Yeah. 2015. That was the last event of of the year, and 2016. I will find some photos. Mm, This is one of them. No, no, actually, here. We started 2016
Oh yeah,
from indoors in
in the
Lahti,
bunker.
in the bunker. And I think this is the year when Arve and Jens were also coming from Norway.
Yeah,
And we went to bar after the competition in Lahti.
yeah, we did. Yeah.
It was good times also. Uh, and there you are driving with your sporty.
Yes,
I
Carnage.
think you. This is the same rig that I'm still driving,
Mm,
basically.
mm.
Sorry. And yeah, uh, uh, what I was going to say. Yeah, this was the bunker, and the guys in Lahti had put up a really nice spot for driving indoors during the winter. Unfortunately, because it was not so. I'm losing my voice actually. It was not so used during. I have
Take
to
some
get some
water.
water. Yep. Wait a bit.
Yeah, I will continue the show again. Maybe I'll sip some water as well. I'm here waiting.
No.
Oh, he's back.
Yeah. Unfortunately, after sing for us.
Oh no.
Unfortunately, after 3 years of usage, there were not so much usage anymore for the indoor crawling, and especially because they had to rent it for a whole year, and
Mm,
in the summer nobody was there, so it
mm,
was too expensive to keep. So we
yeah.
don't have that anymore. But every time we went there, it was super fun because to see all the guys after a winter,
Mm,
it was really really nice. Then we have one photo from Lappeenranta, Finnish series.
mm.
And there were airport top three again.
Yes.
And you were second, not third.
Mm.
So
Oh wow.
plenty of good positions.
Good and
Uh,
bad
two,
ones.
2016, I do not have any more. pictures, but there, that was the year for the Worlds in France. You remember the Worlds?
Yes, yes, I do. Yeah.
So we arranged the first Worlds out of USA, and I'm looking down the results again. You drove all the classes,
Oh.
and you were 11th in mini out of 27 drivers, so quite long way beyond average.
Mm.
Then super 11th again out of 19 drivers, so quite in the halfway.
Yeah.
Then I can't remember. Was it pro after that? You were 44th, and there were 76 drivers. So again, right in the middle
Mm,
of the
mm.
pack. And sport, oh, sporty. 31st out of 54 drivers.
Yeah, okay, yeah, I would
So
say.
this is pretty much your trademark to be right in the middle.
Mm,
Usually, you are
mm,
never in the last ones. You are usually in the middle somewhere.
mm.
And yeah, the worlds in France. Any things you remember from this event or that weekend?
Why I remember that the weather was bad. That's important.
Yes.
I always remember the
On
weather. It's either hot or cold.
Yeah, it it was on Friday. There was the thunderstorm during the night.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Then,
yeah.
then it was super windy and a little bit rainy also.
Unfortunately, I don't Oh, yeah. I remember this is not from the comp, but this is from the side where we were sleeping because we had this
Yeah,
village. And I
yeah.
remember that there was this thunderstorm
Mm,
when we were
yes,
sleeping or something like that. Like it was
yes,
really heavy. Like I
yeah.
remember
It
that.
was on Friday. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. And then maybe it was it France or was it Portugal? But I just remember, like I mentioned it in your video that we made, that when we used to calculate the points,
France. Yes,
yes,
France.
from the papers, and I
Yeah.
I have to say here that not everyone's handwriting is the best to look at.
Yeah,
Countless hours of counting points, yes, sure. And then sometimes I had to be like, is this one? Is this seven? What is this? And then
yeah.
the papers were, like I mentioned, they're probably covered in beer and water and
Mm,
everything. And
yeah.
oh God, I'm so lucky that
Oh,
we don't have those anymore. It
my, my
destroyed.
my head aches just thinking about it.
Yes, yes.
Yeah,
So that
and
I
es-
remember.
yeah, especially in France, we were counting them for at least 2 hours.
Yes.
Everybody else went to eat, and we were still counting the points. Oh,
Uh,
and then I remember there was this one paper missing. So four scores
oh.
were missing, and then we were searching them. Oh, but we got through with it.
Yeah, but never again. We rely on
No,
technology from now on.
yes,
At least I'm not counting the never again. So,
yeah. And then we go to 2017, and that is the year of the Nordics in Finland, in Vantaa.
yes,
And
yes,
there you are driving Super also.
yeah,
I don't have results from this event anywhere
okay.
near, but yeah, you were again driving all the classes. It was a nice weekend also because there were quite good amount of people coming up from abroad because
Mm,
it was so close to the airport.
yeah,
And yeah, it was nice weekend also. Sirs was
okay.
there as well. And I have another picture because 2017, this was the year that you and me both actually were driving for RC four-wheel drive. And
True.
this is the new rig, Lilla My
Lilla Moo.
Bully, your
Yes.
latest rig, which
My
is now in
latest.
Juha's hands.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a good one,
Oh, of course.
and you
I
were.
have to say that I've always had pretty good rigs to drive with,
Mm,
so I'm quite lucky with that case. So yeah,
yeah,
I haven't really had a problem with that.
yeah, not so much.
Mm,
Maybe this year, but we will come to that afterwards. I will check
mm.
quickly if I have any more pictures. No, we have gone through all of the pictures that I had. But yeah, 2017, we went to. You were still driving, so we went to Portugal on October for the second Eurocrawl.
Mm.
And looking the results, Mini, you were number 10 out of 15 drivers.
Mm.
Okay. Super, you remember. This is
Oh,
again one of the greatest achievements. You ended up fifth before finals, and you were driving in finals
mm.
in the Super. And we were driving with the same car, and I was quite concerned about the well-being of my rig because the rocks were super abusing for the rigs
Yep,
because it had
yep.
so much grip.
Mm.
So yeah, Sophie was driving first because she was fifth, and I was driving the last. But luckily, it all went well, and
Yep.
Sophie ended up fifth out of 10 drivers, and I took the victory back then.
Mm.
And yeah, that went really well for you
Mm.
back in that year. And in pro, you have been 28th out of 45 drivers. So again,
Mm.
right in the middle there.
Yeah.
And sportsman, 17th out of 34 drivers. So it's
It's my
it's
style, you
crazy.
know?
Yeah, yeah. You have this. This is what you do. And then I believe after 2017, me and Saku both moved to Lapland,
Mm.
and uh, then came the big silence season
Yes.
2018, 19, 20, 21, 22, and then you made a return
Woohoo!
last
Everyone
year
waited
in
for my
Portugal.
return.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. We were waiting.
Yeah.
Portugal. And this is so good that I had to share the screen. Sophie driving for the first time in what 6 or 7 years.
Mm.
Sudix in Portugal, uh, 33 drivers, and she ended up 14th.
Yeah,
So that was excellent.
that was really nice. Yeah.
And were you only driving to pro?
I
Yeah, I
was
think so.
actually because that I remember people asking some of you might remember everyone asking like, well, which classes are you driving? And then I'm like, Just pro." And why just pro? And why don't you drive other classes?
Mm,
And I'm like, no, just I'm gonna start with pro. But that was the feeling that I had then, that okay, I should have taken the super, and that's why I did it now in Italy. But
mm,
um, yeah, pro is the, like we all know, pro is the king class. So that's the
yeah,
most interesting class to drive. So I thought that would be the ideal
yeah.
ideal
And
class to drive.
it was yet again, it has not been a dull travel with the RC, but that was really funny because we went basically right in the middle of our winter. We
Mm.
went to Portugal and we got the big house, which
Casa
which
di, casa di professor.
Casa di Professor. So yeah, it was quite close to the campsite, and there were you, me, our dad, and Serge.
Mm.
And the house was itself was great. I have to say, it was cheap. It was big. We all basically had our own rooms, and then
Titte, señor.
uh, then only problem is that during March it can be really warm during the day in Portugal, and it was hot for our standards. But during the night it can be quite chilly. And the problem is that when you have the big stone house, uh, the fire was ongoing when we arrived because the owners were there to show us around, and it was nice and warm. And but when we came back after the first competition day during the evening, it wasn't hot anymore, or it wasn't warm anymore because nobody has kept on the fire,
Mm.
and it was so damp. When you went to shower and put the towel to dry up, it didn't dry until we were back in Finland. It was so damp. I remember,
Yeah,
and cold,
and
pretty
cold.
pretty cold. Yeah,
Yeah, so
but it
I
was
would not do that again.
yeah
So that's a lessons learned.
yeah. But would you say after that event your spark for the crawling or RC in general got back, kinda?
Of course, like if I would have been the last one, I would
Mm,
have been thinking about coming to Italy, for example. Would I even try?
yeah,
Of course, you need to have some sort of good good results and to boost you up. If it's
yeah,
like a total shit show, then you're just like, yeah, I don't really care. Maybe I just can't do this anymore. Then that's the thought. But
yeah, yeah,
of course, yes. And it was like I still have to say, like, been into a lot of comps. Actually, the last was it last year? It was last year, the
yeah,
Portugal.
yeah, yeah,
That was really nice. I really liked the place, and Portugal itself and everything. So it was a really good
yeah.
experience. So there was everything combined that was good
Mm,
in that race. So that helped a lot.
yeah,
Let's say it that
yeah,
way.
for sure. And then it was this year when you came back for Eurocrawl,
Mm.
and and we went to Italy. There was quite many Finnish and
Yes.
also Serge. We again rented a big house. By the way, vlog is coming maybe next week. First part of it, we had so much fun.
Mm.
Uh, Even though the days were long as always. But
Yeah.
oh, let's see what Joao put. Yeah, yeah, that's correct.
Mais, mais, mais. We haven't
Mais,
said that
mais,
yet.
mais.
That's Portuguese.
Yeah, yeah,
The only word I know.
yeah. We had a excellent setup, and um, you were driving. You were driving this time also super, and from the results, you were 25 out of 27 drivers.
Oh, that
So,
wasn't.
yeah, here is my.
My gosh.
Yeah, so you actually managed to broke the car, and on one of the courses we were again driving the same rig. But as we all know, and we can be brutally honest about it, the quality of the gear, some of the gears in RC four-wheel drive Bullet 2 super axles isn't the best.
Yeah.
And we had to take quick repair on the core after the course in the dust and everything. Luckily, Almeric did have a gears for me, and I could switch them. And the next course, the motor started smoking, so
Yep.
it wasn't the easiest competition, and it really disturbed the what's the word? Keskittyä.
Focus.
Yeah, it really disturbed the focus of
Of
the
course.
driving itself because you had to go like fast, and then it started raining, of course,
Yep.
because
Yep.
because why not?
Everything.
Yeah. So I'm quite happy I was still able to drive to the podium,
Yeah.
but for your success, it really did have an effect, of course.
Of course. Of course.
But you will come back stronger next year, hopefully, in the
Yeah.
world.
Yeah. And maybe this was the first time that I was driving with that super also,
Yeah.
because I have
Yeah.
maybe I tested it on Wednesday for 10 minutes. And I have to say it's different than the last one. Like, of
Yeah.
course it
Yeah. Of
is.
course,
And
it's way bigger.
yeah, yeah. So you cannot really I don't know, assume that that would be like,
Yeah.
if you haven't even been driven like for 10 minutes, that it would be straight away, because it's a
Yeah. Yeah. Of
different one.
course,
But
it's
maybe
completely
I
different.
hope that for the next one it would be a better result, because I really like super. It's
Yeah.
when you get to it's really nice, but you just have to get to
Mm.
the
You would
mindset
have to
of it.
drive,
Yeah.
and you would probably have to drive a competition before or something just
Oh, of
to
course. Yeah.
remember what is what.
Mm,
But then we were driving pro also with the same rigs, uh, the same one that you were using in Sudix
mm,
last year,
yeah.
and you ended up 44th out of 70 drivers, so
Mm.
right in the middle again.
Yes.
But yeah, that earned the basically not the super position, but the pro position earned you the first ladies European champion title.
I mean,
You have it there.
everything's falling. Let's see. Woo!
Yay! And I remember you were saying to me in 2015 when I was suggesting that maybe the female drivers should have their own class. You were
Mm,
saying, no, no, I don't want. I don't want to. I want to do well in the overall category. But now I didn't ask from you, and
mm,
I was surprised that we got four female drivers.
yeah,
So it was actually a competition,
exactly.
and yeah, I think it's a nice addition. And as we have seen in Finland, uh, when the ladies have each other to battle with and they are quite even, uh, it's really as much fun as it is for the guys. So yeah, I think it's a good idea.
Yeah,
Or
and of
what do
course,
you think?
yeah, I would say that this way it's a good idea that we if we have competition. But
Mm.
if it's just me, then
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Of course. Yeah, yeah.
what's the
That
idea in there? But
yeah, that I can
yeah,
understand. But
yeah,
now
yeah.
when there are few of them, it's good. And I hope it was also nice to give away the senior prize for plus 60 years old
Yes.
drivers. There were many of those, and unfortunately, only one junior. But
Yeah, yeah.
hopefully, in the future, we will get more of them as well. So, yeah.
Yeah, of course. This I think this is a really nice tradition, and I hope that it continues. Of course, still looking a bit like for, with the ladies especially with
Mm,
the ladies, I would look like how many ladies there are going to be.
mm,
But with the junior, of course, this is really nice if there's one junior. But I think that
yeah.
yeah, this is a really nice thing, because you know, we all know that the level is quite high for
Mm,
us.
yeah.
For the ones who end up in the middle, we can just
Mm,
dream about the
yeah.
pole
Yeah. Yeah.
positions. So I think this is a nice way of making everyone feel welcomed, even though if you're not the best.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's good. Uh, when you say you can't compare men and female, I'm not. I do not agree. You are
No.
human as much as the others, but it's nice so they have own categories for
Mm.
this. But yeah, and then you are also on the overall. So you can basically be female and overall champion if you are
Yeah, of
good enough.
course, of course.
So yeah.
And for this, I think I have to say that I think it would, like we knew now in Italy that we had only 4 women there, and I think if I'm looking from my point of view, I'm so used to being
Mm,
the maybe the only one or one of the only ones. So
yeah.
yeah, and people know me. I've always felt really welcomed, and thanks for that to everyone. And but like, this is maybe a discussion topic that someone, a new woman who joins the sport, that how is she
Mm,
feeling this, like maybe
yeah.
that's then another topic. But I'm just, I'm an oldie here, so
Mm,
I'm so used to
yeah.
it, being in this position. So
Yeah. And in case somebody is wondering how did we decide who is the champion, because they were all basically driving different classes, we took the positions out of all classes and basically uh, for example, performance scale, there were 84 drivers. And if you were the first, you get 84 points.
mm,
So that's pretty simple mathematics, and everything was counted. And because Sophie was so good in pro, she basically
mm,
earned the
yeah.
victory there. And this is Glenn from Norway. Yeah, you too. Again,
Yes.
we met with Glenn in Finland also.
Yeah, a lot of new faces, and yeah, I think what I've always said, that why I like, well, I've had some time limits that I couldn't even join all the races that I maybe would have wanted
Mm.
to. But these international comps, they are absolutely the best. The
Yeah,
people
yeah,
there,
yeah.
it's just
It's the
really like a family.
atmosphere and the
Yes,
travel also, or
yes,
main,
exactly.
actually main part.
Yeah.
It's what I enjoyed. Basically, the atmosphere and the nice stories you can tell afterwards. Because
Exactly.
every time something happens somewhere, so it's
Oh
super.
yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So, what's in the future for you? Are you planning on attending next year
Um,
to some event?
I have to say that I'm really interested to the world. Of
Mm,
course, again, Portugal. So I really like the last place. I would want to see this new place, because it seems to be quite similar.
yeah.
I would also want to see how our Portuguese guys will handle this, just to be there to inspect how are they doing this,
Yeah.
and of course help if help is needed. This of course interests me, and I know that the Nordics are coming as well next year. Maybe have to make some
Mm,
decisions, to do where can I go, but let's see. But I'm definitely hoping for the future. One more Nordics trip, definitely.
mm, yeah.
Um, that would be really nice to do together, again, and but not sleep in the car. That's what I
Yeah.
have to say. um,
Yeah.
and then of course, if I'm thinking of further ahead, of course I think that it's not just me. It might be some people else, but for me, going to the States someday
Mm,
would really be, I
yeah.
think it's an experience that you have to witness and see. So
Yeah.
that's on my bucket list. Maybe someday that would be something that I'm still missing. Let's say it that way.
Mm. Yeah,
But let's like
definitely.
I'm really hoping for next year to attend, that I wouldn't have those 5 year gaps
Yeah, yeah,
really.
yeah.
So
You should drive one at least one competition per year, so
yeah, yeah.
it doesn't you don't forget. And
Yeah,
of course,
exactly.
there are
Yeah,
so
no
many
penalty.
friends. There are so many friends nowadays. Also, it's nice to see everyone
Yes, this
at
is, I
least
think
once in a year.
this is the priority, I would say. It would be nice to see people again. And
Yeah,
we had such a good time in Italy, so I think it's gonna be the same or even better in Portugal or in the Nordics or wherever. So that's definitely what I'm looking forward to. And it would be nice to have that we would have a Finnish group again going. This is
yeah,
the best like we had now in Italy. It's totally a different feeling when you have the big group representing the country. So of course it makes a difference.
yeah, yeah. It's one of the best, the main reasons we do this. And
Yeah.
actually, actually now there were Black Friday deals with Booking.com, and I was already looking for the
Oh,
accommodation for Portugal. So we will have to see how many of us are going and so on. But
yeah, yeah,
definitely going to Portugal at least.
yeah.
And yeah, do you have anything to say for the possible female drivers that are thinking about starting RC or rock rolling in general?
Uh, well, I would say that just go for it if you feel like it. I think that what makes it like I can say it, and I know that a lot of people maybe who maybe now joined the first time in Italy can say it, that because the people is so nice, the people is so welcoming. Of course, there is still this battle. Like, of course, we should have a battle, then it wouldn't make any sense. But uh, like that shouldn't be the reason that you wouldn't come. That you would think about like what does the people think or whatsoever.
Mm, yeah,
So people are extremely welcoming and they will help you in any case. So I would, because I think that
yeah,
that would be the biggest obstacle. So don't think about that. So
yeah,
join.
yeah,
And we will
yeah.
have more. Yeah, I would say
Exactly.
that we would leave more guys behind. I would say that's the main reason. So
Yeah, yeah,
what
yeah.
else?
You always have that one to enjoy.
Yeah, yeah, and that's the best
Yeah,
feeling in the world.
yeah. Okay. I was thinking that we are going to speak for 1 hour, but it has gone 1 hour 22 minutes. Of course, 10 minutes of them were probably
Technical.
dealing with the internet. Yeah, but it's been super nice, and you have made the record viewer numbers also in Clodcast. So congratulations.
Oh, thanks everyone.
At the moment, there is 14 still watching, so it's
Okay,
very nice that all of you attended. And yeah, I will try try to fix this internet. It's annoying to say the least.
mm,
But big thanks for coming for a guest, and we will all meet each other in Portugal the latest
mm.
next year. Hopefully, I do not know how the registration will be managed, but I hope we all can be there to drive
Mm.
and to enjoy the weekend, to see everybody.
And I would also add to this protocol still that I know that the at least what I've understood, that there are limitations to
Mm,
this attendance, which makes sense, as we all know that the days can be really
yeah.
really long. But I also want to say that if it would come to that, that the there wouldn't be a spot left or something like this, then I would
Mm,
also be really interested just to come and take photos, whatever,
mm,
help,
yeah.
because
Yeah.
it's the atmosphere still.
Mm, yeah, yeah, of course. And
Yeah.
I have to say that I think that the only problematic class with the participation would be performance scale, and you are not that interested in it. So
No, never.
should not be a problem for you to drive Pro and
Yeah,
Super. Sirs is asking, are you going to have your own rig? Highly unlikely, at least.
really
I think
unlikely.
that.
Yeah, and this
Yeah.
was the reason why I sold the Lillamu, because I couldn't at that time. I really couldn't attend to a lot of the comps, and yeah, it
Mm.
doesn't make any sense that it's on the shelf and no one is using it. So I really don't see a reason for that.
Yeah,
If
yeah,
I would
yeah,
be
yeah, and it has.
attending all the time,
Yeah.
then different story. But for now,
Mm.
I have to say that at least when Samu is still loaning me his rigs,
Yeah,
then
yeah.
I can. But if he stops, then I don't know what I'm gonna do. We'll
And I
see.
have to say, after you sold Lillamu, there has been new drivers to drive that rig, so it has gone straight to
Exactly.
use, so it's good.
Yeah.
And I can load your rig. That's not a problem. So what is Shaw saying? We plan for 100 drivers per class, except Mini and Super, because they are on the same day. Should be plenty of space. Yes, exactly. So
Okay.
no worries, no
No
worries.
worries then.
So I think we will end here, and I
Yes.
will thank you, and we will see you someday, hopefully
We
in the near
hopefully let's plan on that. That let's see each other someday again.
future.
Yes.
And it freezes again.
So it's good time to end then.
Oh my god. Yeah. Thank you, Sophie, and thank you everybody for watching this
Okay.
stream. And we will be back soon with another guest or guests and better internet. Thank you and goodbye.
Thank you. Bye bye.